truth is stranger than fiction. So I hope you don't think that I'm making fun or talking smack or anything. Um, but about this question of like getting rid of or like living in a world without white people, white people have the ability to come back even after you get rid of all of them, because our shade of skin does not like slowly evolve to be lighter. It peels back like a whole onion. Like you'll notice like and I don't want to say that these are defects, because it could also be a defect in the reverse. If you want to say albinism and vitiligo or whatever, are traits that help create white people, but it's not the disease part. It's like it's like there's benign and malignant, you know? Like there's melanin is iron, right? So, you know, like there's things about iron coming out of your skin. And I don't know, so like to white people that would be like shock, like wow, like you can't, your collar, when you sweat, your collar is like a little bit like sweating iron. And I don't know, it's like melanin is a strength because skin cancer and like, you know, the way that it can like help you from developing melanoma, right? But having a lot of it, it's like, you know, like people will think of it as like, oh, that's not right, or something. Like, how do we know? Like, how does anybody know? So how do you know that albinism and vitiligo is bad either? Like, I'm talking about the over time, like, you know, Moses, he got leprosy and he went behind this rock and he hid from the sun, right, or something like that. I have like these things. Study my skin, because like the melanin ran out of his skin. Like it starts around your lips and your eyes, right, and it'll just whoosh, peel back like a whole onion. Like you see, I have a pumpkin. It's a green pumpkin. I'll give you an idea. This is not nasty or bad. If you think about it like medical science and defects and stuff, you'd be wrong. What's that? Okay. If and this is a horrible thing to suggest, and I don't wish it, but if you got rid of all the white people, places like India could make more white people faster than you think, just because they're dark. Like Japan, Hispanics, all you know how many white people came out of Genghis Khan's post-Ottoman Turkmen from Asia Minor that were white? Like, where did all those white people come from? Boom, boom, hella white people. Boom, boom, boom. It wasn't, they weren't like kicked out of Africa because they had a defect or anything, you know? It's like there is genes that are like complex, like essential. You could think of like things that are bad as being essential, you know, like you wouldn't have a sloth. If you gave every sloth in the jungle a bath, they would all die. So they would be extinct they'd be extinct in a few days. But where we get the ideas is like kind of like, you know, like the first time you've seen Bill Cosby advertising Jell-O pudding pops, you were like, don't eat that. And then the first time you tried it, you were like, oh, yummy, good, let me have some more. It was like scary the first time you seen a bowl of fucking Jell-O pudding. I was like, dude, am I supposed to eat diarrhea? My parents is crazy. My parents have lost their mind. They tried to feed me diarrhea. They made me smell it. I hardly trusted them at all. You know what I mean? What's going on? It's like, you know, I'm not on the God realm, like where it's like, oh, Billy Rubin, you know, right on, dude. Like, we need you. You're my, you know, my go-to, because I would be up shit creek without brown shit. But it just so happens that all the shades of skin and melanin between black and white are brown. And every race looks like a monkey. So from, like Irish, hairy, orange, orangutan Irish, to whoever you want to say. So it's like, like people take this shit like personal and shit like that. Then they want to say like, we can't coexist because their idea is like we're like an illness or something. Like you guys are like a plague. Come on, man, give me a fucking break. So even when that attitude doesn't exist, there's still people who kind of could still use, like they could still manipulate if there was a lower tier of degenerates that could make them look good in comparison, or they could litigate something like, oh, because we don't have a choice, like, there's a standard that, and like we have to do these like practices and standards around this, human frailty. Like, people will ruin, so everybody can't have the experience. So to preserve some little thing, freedom, you know what I mean? You have to live in a squalor and packed in like sardines into little like zones and areas, and they like the idea so much that it's like a dance troupe and led choreographer by like Honey, and like, like they're like these like, they thought it was going to be like this, before TikTok and everything, it was like going to be like West Side Story, not in the Jacks, but in like a chicken coop. Just if you like the idea, like, like you would be surprised. That's why I have to worry about jokes. Like, do bad jokes? Is there a little truth? Is there a little truth in bad humor too? Like maybe it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then that doesn't really correlate to like having things in your life that are like success and wealth and everything, health and everything. It doesn't correlate to that, but there's still something, because you would leave this all behind like it's childish things. Yeah. It's nobody there. If you make up your mind, then can't nobody be like, nah. Like you can't really blame anybody for not making up your mind.